Right, so we've done the characterization bit, which is the most important bit about songwriting as far as I'm concerned. It's trying to figure out who we're writing about and why we're writing about them, what makes them tick. Because from that you get the way that they'll speak, what makes them tick, what's the issues that they're going to be dealing with, what emotions they carry with them, what baggage, and then taking that further, you've got the metaphors and the similes and the parodies and the allegories that kind of character and their situation can help you to allude to in your songwriting. It sounds really, really complicated, but essentially what I'm saying is it allows you to be authentic, and by being authentic, you'll connect more coherently with an audience. So, what is meter in poetry? Meter in poetry is just the stresses of the words and how we form rhymes within that poetic structure. And meter in poetry, like we found in the poem with the counter Putin person and some of the other poems, they don't have to be formulaic. They can be some long lines and some short lines, and it doesn't have to have a natural rhythm, but it might have a natural rhythm. But when we take our poetry and we take it into music, then we start to have a less natural rhythm. And one trick to do whilst you're writing in poetry, if you are writing lyrics first, a lot of songwriters will write music and then adapt the lyrics to the music, is speak your lines over and over again and see where the stresses lie and the stresses fall, so that you can feel like if it feels real. Is it the kind of thing that someone would say? There's sometimes when we're communicating with each other, we have loads of tools. We have visual cues. I could roll my eyes. I could be looking out the door whilst I'm talking to someone to show that I'm disinterested, or I might leave a pause, or I might use some melody in my voice to show that I'm not active. So there's melodic, rhythmical and visual cues that I can use to make people feel what I want them to feel. If I want someone to feel confident, and I find a position where I'm lower than them and I talk softly, and I give opportunities for that person to take the cue and take control of the conversation. If I want them to feel like I'm being intimidating, I might talk loudly and find a high stature and all this stuff. But in songwriting, we've got to find other ways of doing that. So translating meter into musical rhythms, we can just keep time. In music, there's some real standard time signatures, particularly in pop songs, and 4/4 is predominantly the one that appears most. So it's when I'm doing this with students, I get them to hold their hands up and go 1, 2, 3, 4, just so there's a visual reference of where the beat is. And as you move your fingers up and down, there's a point where you hit that beat, 1, 2, 3, 4, but there's also a point where you lift your finger up, which you could say is the offbeat, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and you could subdivide that down to 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E. And you can use the Italian words for that, or we can use the American version, which is in 4s, in 8s, 2 lots of 4 is 8, or in 16s, 1E and a 2E and a 3. So those rhythms subdivide, and you can figure out how your lyrics fall by speaking them out loud. So you might just have your line of poetry. My porcelain doll starts with "Inside of me is hollow." 1, 2, 3. Inside of me is hollow. And I might decide to count myself in 1, 2, 3, 4. Inside of me is hollow. So side is landing on the 1. In is on the offbeat of the bar before it. Inside of me is hollow. And I'm landing on the beat. I've got to ask myself whether my China doll is confident about that idea, or is she asking herself a question? Because if I'm landing on the beat, inside of me is hollow. It's the same as someone saying, do you love me? I love you. I'm responding immediately. I'm on the beat. I believe it. Exactly. It's definite. This character, I don't think she's definite. I think she is hoping she's not hollow. I think she's got this idea. She's been told she's a porcelain doll and you're hollow inside. Be careful, because you might break, you might fall off, and then you'll just be a splinter in someone's heel and you're not worth anything. And so she's asking herself this question. So I wonder if that wants to be an uncertain question. 1, 2, 3, 4. Inside of me is hollow. Is she on the offbeats? Or if I want to change that, I could use 2 different sets of tools. I could use the poetic tools, which are changing the way that I speak the words or losing words, like we just did. So the first, that exercise that we just did a minute ago was designed to see what words you could get rid of to try and make it fit your pulse. But there's also some musical tools that you can use as well. So you could change the time signature. So you might go, actually, this is going to fit in 6/8 better. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The inside of me is hollow. I hear love within the It doesn't really fit in that. I wrote it for 4/4. But you might want to change the time signature. You could also use something called triplets. So if you are in 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and you try to cram 3 beats into that 4. So if you've got a bar of 3 and you have 4 bars of 3, 3, 6, 9, 12, and then 12 divided by 3 is 4. So you can make 4 time signatures fit with 3 time signatures because they're divisible. But do you know what I mean? Is that making sense? So 4 lots of 3 is 12. 3 lots of 4 is 12. So they kind of meet up at different points. But also you could use triplets. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, da, 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 da. So I might still be in 4/4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ba, 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 ba. I'm forcing a bar of 3 beats into a bar of 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Don't put this on. I'm editing that bit out. What are the tools have we got? We've got legato phrases. So you don't just have to go inside of muse. You can have inside. You could drag that out over a few beats of muse hollow. You could use space. You could use pauses. So you might decide 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2 is just silence. Inside of me, 3, 4 is hollow. And you can use space. And you can also put in irregular bars. So you might decide that you're in 4/4, but just because there's a brilliant lyric that has an extra syllable and it's all certain, it's all on the beat, you're going to put a bar of 5 in somewhere. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I know a lot of this is going to be, whoa! But what I'm trying to get at is there's musical tools and there's poetic tools to make poetry fit music.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah, please do.
It might be really dim, but so you don't have to fit all the syllables to the beat.
No.
And it doesn't have to be like, if it's 4/4, it doesn't have to be 4 syllables.
Totally not.
Is that anything like a decent starting point, or just don't?
That's a perfect starting point. Okay. And I think what I was going to come around to say is once you start clapping that rhythm, you'll naturally start to fit phrases over it, and you'll naturally start to use really complicated ideas like triplets and rests and legato. Like legato just means held on. Legato lines in order to make your words fit naturally in there. And that's why I said at the very start that authenticity is the key, and it's getting into the head of your character, speaking in the way that they speak. And that Fiona Apple track, she's rambling. She's going, oh, I was hoping for this, and I wanted this, and I thought this was going to happen. I was really keen. It almost did, and it didn't, and then it didn't. I'm now gutted. And she's got that inner monologue going, and she's beautifully crafted it into this jazzy, sort of rambling diatribe about love and hope and optimism coming shattering down. Because her authentic voice is like all of ours. We don't go, oh, I was really hoping that was going to be the answer to all of my questions. You don't do that. You go, the answer to my questions. Oh, there it is. It's flying away. It's, oh, no, here it is. Oh, no, it's not. And so, yeah, the key things to take away are there are strong and weak beats. So if you're landing on particularly the 1 and the 3, I was going to play... Oh. Oh baby, baby, how was I supposed to know? All on the beat. Oh baby, baby, how was I supposed to know? Something wasn't right here. Dan!
I've not used the audio, just let's be.
No, I couldn't.
That sounded great.
And you think about her character, and I don't know if anyone follows Britney now, it's like watching a car crash unfold. And that story of her, it's toxic masculinity from the other perspective all the way. My loneliness is killing me. Oh, easy victim. I must confess, I still believe. When I'm not with you, I lose my mind. Give me a sign. Hit me, baby, one more time. Like, it's so close to the Tainted Love song. There's a sentiment of violence there, but it's all on the beat. She fully believes this stuff. And I know it's not written by Britney, but the writers had a really good awareness of what they wanted to craft this young, vulnerable girl into. They wanted to go, oh, look, she's needy. She needs you. She needs your support. This is what the 90s young girl is going to be. Don't worry, Weinstein, they're all queuing up. It was that dangerous narrative of going, you need this person, you are submissive, you're passive, you're hit me baby one more time, and it didn't work out the first time, but give me that love again, or literally, is it violence, whatever it is. And that was the example of the on the beat, that this is someone who believes in it. And I feel like if Britney rewrote that, she would want to write it all on the offbeat, because she's considering it going, hang on a minute, I don't believe any of this stuff. So yeah, that was a whole bunch of stuff that I've just unloaded. Everyone's going, whoa! But is there any questions? Is there anything that doesn't make sense? Or is it all doesn't make sense?
It makes sense, but it's just so new to
Sure.
to my brain that I need to like sort of go over it a couple of times probably.
Well,
But we can maybe do that.
that's what we're going to do.
Yeah.
So the next bit of this is to try and put that into practice. So the same thing that we just did, we're trying to create that piece of poetry. We've got half an hour now to... does anyone want to take a break? I've just like rattled through an hour and a half of stuff, but to go through, to find a pulse within the way that your poem works, to see if there's something that sort of fits, whether you can tap a rhythm to it, and then to try and craft those words using the poetic tools that you've got available to you, which are just adding or subtracting words that you may or may not need to make it fit that rhythm. So that's the first thing. And then the next set of tools will be the musical tools, where we go, oh, what if we just held that note on for an extra beat? Or what if we left a pause?
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
So, to check, I'm trying to make this really simple for myself.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I've just completely got it wrong. But Could you do this as you're sort of counting the syllables? And so I have counted my syllables, and in each line, the first line has 6, then there's 7, then there's 7, then there's 8, then there's 8. So I probably need to make it 4, 4 because an 8, 8, 8. So I need to stretch some syllables in the ones that are 6 and 7.
You might need to stretch them,
Could that?
or you could go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. You could put in a triplet. I'm trying to think of a song. Boys Don't Cry. That's a triplet. Bum, dum, dum. That's a crochet triplet. So he's fit. It's in the song's in 4/4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Boys Don't Cry. He's got 3.
Which is your bit about you can do the 12 things.
So if you had 8 syllables, or if you had 7 syllables,
Yeah.
and you wanted it to fit on every single beat, which you don't have to, you could use a triplet to squeeze it in there. So you could put. But this is all stuff that you naturally, when you're speaking it out, just tapping the rhythm, you'll do it without knowing you're doing it.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to like steer this path between going, this is what it is.
Yeah.
Which can be more confusing and more difficult than you need it to be. And then, so I reckon what we do is we just spend 20 minutes taking the verses and then seeing if we can make it fit to just a regular pattern, and just tap your fingers and tap your feet and try and make it land. Does that make sense? Okay, cool.